Hello everyone, it's Alina. Welcome to my Soap General Hospital official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Maxie's house, Maxie followed James to assist him retrieve a misplaced toy, while Spinelli entered the living room and paused to chat with Felicia. She asked how things were working out living with Maxie, so he admitted that he'd been reminded of what a terrific parent Maxie was and that living with his daughter was amazing. He also recognized that the agreement had been a solid financial decision, and his contribution appeared to have benefited Maxie. Felicia was thrilled that their plan had worked. Moments later, Maxie returned to the living room just as someone knocked on the door. Spinelli's pleasant attitude disappeared when he saw Cody on the threshold. Cody pushed his way past Spinelli just as James ran into the living room. Cody mentioned that he had tried to embase with Maxie about James's riding boots. To James's delight, Cody handed him a box with a new pair of boots. While James went to try them on, Cody told Maxie that James's old riding boots had been too small, so he'd taken it upon himself to buy James a new pair. Spinelli remarked that Cody should have cleared it with Maxie before buying the pricey boots, but Cody convinced Maxie that he could afford the boots thanks to his position at deception. After Cody helped James slide on the boots, it became evident that the boots didn't fit properly. Cody decided to step outside to phone the store to inquire about the exchange policy. Spinelli followed Cody. Meanwhile, James offered to wear his snow boots for riding lessons, so that he could give his mother the money from the new boots to help pay the bills. Maxie felt bad when she learned that James had overheard her talking about her money issues. She convinced her son that the boots were a gift, and he could keep them. Outside, Spinelli accused Cody of taking advantage of Maxie's helpful nature, but Cody reminded Spinelli that Spinelli lived under Maxie's roof. Infuriated, Spinelli waited until Cody made his phone call. Afterwards, Spinelli was keen to point out that he had moved in with Maxie out of need, and it didn't compare to Cody showering James with expensive gifts. Cody accused Spinelli of overreacting, but Spinelli claimed that it was unfair to James because he'd never known his father, and Maxie's last two relationships had been with men who had turned out to be horrible father figures for James. Cody soon stressed that the boots had been a gift, and that Cody wasn't interested in Maxie romantically. Spinelli didn't believe Cody because Cody was a scheming blackmailer who hid behind his rugged cowboy charm. Cody grinned. "You think I'm charming?" Cody asked. Spinelli ignored the question since he was concerned about Maxie's welfare. Cody recognized that Spinelli was jealous, so he reaffirmed that Maxie and her family were friends. "They're almost like family to me," Cody added. Spinelli said that his romantic affections for Maxie had stopped years previously, but Cody didn't believe him because he'd seen the way Spinelli looked at Maxie. Cody offered to give Spinelli some ideas to help woo Maxie, but Spinelli sputtered with frustration. Moments later, James ran out to check on the boots and to invite Cody to remain and play a game. After Cody, James, and Spinelli returned inside, Maxie ran off to settle herself. Felicia used the chance to chat to Spinelli about Cody. To Spinelli's amazement, Felicia stated that she'd been wrong about Cody, and she hoped that Spinelli would give him a chance. A little time later, everyone was gathered in the living room as they watched Cody and James play a game. As everyone chuckled, Felicia asked Spinelli if he agreed that Cody was amazing with James. At Christina's flat, Molly popped by with bags of groceries because her afternoon hearing had been moved to the following day. Christina replied little, leaving Molly to worry that she might have been too forceful. Christina pointed out that Molly was a Davis, and she expected nothing less. Molly mirrored her sister's smile, and she offered to reorganize Christina's refrigerator after she filled it with the fresh food. A few times later, Molly and Christina relaxed on the sofa. When Christina mentioned being committed to eat good for her niece or nephew, a hopeful Molly wondered whether Christina was pregnant. Christina reminded her sister that it would be a few more days before she could take a pregnancy test. Christina became sidetracked when she discovered that she'd misplaced her phone. As she peered around the sofa, she went into a story about a customer who had returned for her phone, only to realize that she'd been holding it. However, Molly didn't pay attention since she wanted to know if Christina was pregnant. To Christina's amazement, Molly brought an early pregnancy test and asked if Christina would take it. Molly said that not knowing was driving her nuts, Before Christina could react, her phone buzzed with a notice from across the room. Christina hurried over to check her phone and pleased when she noticed a text message from Blaze checking in. Molly saw and approached her sister about the text message, but Christina claimed that it had been a part-timer from Charlie's pub. As they talked about Christina's tight relationships with the crew at Charlie's pub, Molly knew that a pregnancy would make a major upheaval to her sister's life. Christina opted to take the early pregnancy test. Afterwards, the sisters sat on the sofa and waited. When the timer sounded, Christina stood up to collect the test stick, but Molly decided that they should just wait for another 3 days. "I'm pregnant," Christina exclaimed as she glanced at the results. An ecstatic Molly ran up and hugged her sister. At the Savoy, Trina's loved ones had assembled for a bon voyage celebration. Trina was impressed that Curtis had gotten the party together on short notice, given he'd only been released from the hospital the previous day. Curtis revealed that he had planned to send his daughter go in style because she'd been special enough to be accepted to the Sorbonne University for a semester. Trina informed him that it helped knowing that he might be walking by the time she returned home. Moments later, Spencer arrived and informed that his grandmother and Kevin were on their way. After everyone began to socialize, Portia and Ava talked about Trina's vacation. Ava pointed out that Portia had a fantastic excuse to take a trip to Paris. Portia admitted that she would miss her daughter, so Ava advised that she and Portia lean on each other. Nearby, Marshall and Stella interrogated Spencer about his ambitions, while Trina was studying at the Sorbonne. Spencer said that he had located a tiny place near the college, and he was familiar with Paris. Trina walked over and swiftly retrieved Spencer, but Marshall and Stella were unapologetic. Spencer and Trina headed over to the bar to ask if Jocelyn had seen Laura and Kevin, but Jocelyn claimed that she hadn't. Spencer told Trina that his grandma was running late, but Jocelyn caught something in his voice that suggested he had his reservations. Spencer stated that things weren't nice between him and his grandmother. "I think that I may have lost her support," Spencer stated. When Spencer checked his phone, Trina asked if there had been anything about Nicholas. Trina and Jocelyn were surprised when Spencer stated that he had handed Ace to Nicholas because he suspected that Esme's memories had returned. Spencer filled Trina and Jocelyn in about what had led to the conclusion that Esme had regained her memories, and why he believed that Ace would be safer with Nicholas. "We all know what the old Esme is capable of," Spencer replied. Trina was disappointed that Spencer hadn't said anything sooner, while Jocelyn wanted to know what occurred next. Spencer reminded them that they would only get one shot at a trial, so they needed to gather proof that Esme's memories had returned. Jocelyn encouraged Spencer and Trina to focus on their trip to Paris because she would deal with Esme. "Do not let Esme take that away from you too," Jocelyn warned. Spencer urged Jocelyn to be careful because Esme would not give up without a fight. He was positive that Esme would arrange something. "Like what?" Jocelyn asked. "I don't know. Nothing good," Spencer responded. "So what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please click like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.